It's Friday, June 12th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the McKay Bridge will be closed for maintenance work this weekend. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And FIFA Fever, the head of Soccer Nova Scotia, joins us to talk about all the buzz around the World Cup. That's in our 7 o'clock hour.
Plus, it's Food Truck Friday. Today, the folks from Jam Downs will be rolling into our lot with their delicious Jamaican menu. All that and so much more just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in. It's Friday. It's Food Truck Friday. It's FIFA Friday. It's Fun Friday. It's a Friday, and we're so happy that we're here. 6:01 on this Friday morning. Gosh, 6:01. That just hit. That's very early. That's an early time to be celebrating.
Up and awake and ready to go. Even just looking at the sunrise times being roughly around 5:30. You remember the dark days of winter? Gosh, when we wouldn't see the sun start to rise till, yeah. Zip it. No, far from that now. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's true. We're into the long, glorious days of almost summer. I'm going to call it summer. It feels like summer out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where are we at weather-wise today?
Well, today's going to be quite a lovely day. We do have some showers yet again tracking across parts of the region. So we are also going to see a cold front move in, helping to cool things down into our forecast for Saturday. Temperatures below seasonal into the weekend, but warming back up to the end of the weekend. So it's kind of doing this dance right now, but today is going to be still relatively hot for many communities as we start to see that colder air move through.
Okay, I want to see the numbers. Bring on the numbers. Ooh, and the fog.
That was a big thing. A number of us were coming in this morning noting how thick that fog was, almost eerie, like a movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I was leaving home this morning, visibility was definitely an issue in my area. Now we're seeing that fog kind of spread across the region. We are going to see fog dissipate a little bit later on, burn off into later this morning and in the afternoon. We'll be seeing some clouds clear out as well, some sunshine. Here's a look at our current temperatures. 14 degrees as you head outdoors in Halifax. A bit cooler in Sydney at 8 degrees, 12 degrees in Charlottetown, 19 in Fredericton, 0 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 5 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do now have a frost advisory issued for parts of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. So here's a look at our satellite and radar. As you can see here, still holding on to a bit of sunshine, but we are going to see, for the most part, a cloudy, foggy start to the day. A bit of a wet one as well. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. We do have showers tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada, as well as a risk of thunderstorms clearing out for much of the region into the afternoon, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Here's a look at our current wind. It will be quite light today across much of the Maritime region, 35 kilometers per hour, though, right now in North Cape, looking at 17 in Charlottetown and Bathurst, as well as into Miramichi, and only one wind gust at this time, getting up to 31 kilometers per hour in Bathurst. We'll take a look at your full weather forecast for the weekend coming up, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. The double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys in January of last year will enter its 5th day today. Yesterday, the jury was shown graphic photos of the crime scene, including clothing the 17-year-old and 10-year-old were wearing when they were stabbed to death. The 14-member jury also reviewed photos of the accused when he was brought to the St. John Detention Center. Roman Commissioner had 2 nails in his head from a nail gun as part of an unsuccessful suicide attempt. The 46-year-old has pleaded not guilty to the 2 first-degree murder charges. The defense did not cross-examine any of Thursday's witnesses. In Nova Scotia, town officials in Bridgewater say the scene of that massive fatal fire Wednesday has now been turned over to property representatives. The massive fire broke out in an older apartment building and then quickly spread to an adjacent structure. Fire crews were first under the impression everyone had got out safely, but that proved not to be the case, and human remains were recovered from the basement later that night.
Talked to friends of the person who was unaccounted for. Just seeing the pain on their face, not knowing, a lot of not knowing.
Building was fully engulfed. Windows were exploding when we arrived.
The flames just kept getting bigger and spreading out. The siding on the walls was melting and dropping.
Officials say the medical examiner is working to confirm the identity of the victim, and the cause is still under investigation. Meantime, the road in front of the properties is expected to reopen this morning. Nova Scotia RCMP are investigating a suspicious death in the community of Greenfield. Police were called to a report of a dead man outside a home on Peck Meadow Road just before 4 Thursday morning. No other details have been released except that the coroner is working to determine the cause of death. This is a very important note for commuters in Halifax. One of the bridges will be closed this weekend, and that closure starts tonight. The closure of the McKay Bridge begins tonight at 9 p.m. and it will be in place until 5:30 a.m. Monday. Halifax Harbour Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers are being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers during the closure, and the McDonald will remain open. Unionized long-term care workers in Nova Scotia have taken a big step toward ending a lengthy labor dispute. CUPE says workers at St. Vincent's Nursing Home in Halifax voted late Wednesday to ratify a tentative contract that was reached on Sunday. The ratification is significant because those members were part of what the union describes as a lead table, which means they were responsible for setting the economic pattern for the entire sector. 3,600 workers spent 8 weeks on the picket lines. Some New Brunswick residents are speaking out against a proposed data center in St. John. Demonstrators gathered outside the legislature Thursday, calling for the province to turn its back on an AI data centers and AI use. The proposed center in Lorneville was jointly pitched by companies from Texas and Calgary. The deputy leader of the Green Party says it would be the third largest greenhouse gas emitter in New Brunswick.
We are hoping to get to have a conversation, and we want to end the secrecy with what's been going on in regards to planning the data center and having it go forward without being consulted.
An environmental impact assessment on the project was filed with the province back in April. The companies are hopeful the site will be up and running by 2028. The post office is forging ahead with plans to convert home delivery to community boxes, and tens of thousands of Maritimers are on the conversion list. Canada Post says 34,000 addresses in Halifax, Fredericton, and Oromocto will start the move in the weeks and months ahead. It's part of a larger push to convert nearly 500,000 door-to-door residential and business customers to the community boxes to save money. Canada Post lost nearly $1.6 billion last year alone. Finally, a welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. Beginning with Nova Scotia, gas fell by 3.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.69.8. Diesel in Nova Scotia dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price now $202.2 a liter. In PEI, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.85.6, and diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.76.5, and diesel fell by 4 cents a liter. The maximum price now $2.17.3. And that's your first look at your local news headlines on this Friday morning.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Welcome. Nice to see a drop in the price of gas and diesel.
Yeah,
Finally.
definitely. Okay, it is now 6:09. FIFA underway now. Here are some special FIFA flowers thanks to a farm in Ecuador. They're very beautiful. So staff are dyeing and assembling displays of preserved roses to honor all the countries participating in the World Cup. Their ultimate goal is to reach 70,000 preserved roses. So they're going to have to, what girls? Put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, love it.
But the displays are quite lovely with these preserved roses. They can do some really neat configurations with the petals. Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Art.
That is so gorgeous.
I wish I had some here. I could give them each to you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
We'd love to take that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, here's a great reminder for people. Speaking of FIFA,
yes,
the World Cup's already underway. So CTV, TSN, and Crave are your home for coverage of every game during this 5-week tournament. That's going to impact our shows on certain days. So CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV2 on certain days only. To find out exactly when, use that QR code you see or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca for the full list of dates.
That just starting yesterday, too.
I know.
I was right. I was like, right, the thing I talked about. Click, click.
Yeah.
Okay, still ahead, we'll have a look at your national and international news headlines, and Latavia has the Friday forecast. Let's head over to far up the East Coast. We're going to take a live look at St. John's this morning. Bit of cloud cover there and some fog, too. Latavia will let us know the daytime highs we can expect and a little cool down for the beginning of the weekend. That's next.
I don't mind that. I don't mind a little this and that over the weekend.
Happy Friday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at Truro. Early this morning, it is cloudy and foggy to start your day. We will be seeing fog patches dissipate and a bit of sunshine will move back in before some isolated showers move into your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Not too bad starting off your day for the Maritime region. Quite warm early this morning. 18 degrees right now in Fredericton with 11 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 13 degrees in Halifax, 8 degrees currently in Sydney, and 4 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do now have a frost advisory currently issued for parts of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. As we see cooler air move back in across the region, helping to cool things down into the overnight hours, frost is expected to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of a cloudy, foggy start to the day for much of Atlantic Canada. Much of Labrador, though, starting off the day with sunshine. We do have a low-pressure system making its way over, bringing showers, a risk of thunderstorms across parts of the Maritime region into the afternoon. It is quite a low chance of it happening for parts of Nova Scotia, as eastern Nova Scotia, I should say, and Prince Edward Island, around a 30% chance of it happening. But for New Brunswick, we are going to see some steadier shower activity, picking up some heavier totals into the western region of the province. Into tonight, a low chance of showers continues for parts of all three maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador still holding on to pretty clear skies into the night hours. And then we see fog develop into the overnight hours for the maritime region. Taking us into early Saturday morning is going to be a wet start to the day and much cooler for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, you can see here for the western region, the heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters for Woodstock, 30 to 40 for St. Stephen. We are going to pick up around 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island. Newfoundland, Labrador, not seeing much accumulation. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs are going to be cooler, ranging from 11 to 21 degrees. And the heaviest, the warmest, I should say, is going to be St. John, New Brunswick at 23 degrees. We are holding on to sunshine, but we are going to see showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon, and for parts of the province into the evening. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 11 to 16 degrees in Charlottetown. Mainly cloudy start to your day. Clouds will clear out, leaving sunshine. A chance of isolated showers into the evening with wind picking up and gusts getting up to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 12 to 27 degrees, being the warmest into Truro. A mix of sun and cloud. We do have a low chance of isolated showers into the afternoon for eastern Nova Scotia, and then into the evening for Cape Breton Island, seeing some isolated showers. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud today, and we are going to see showers move in this evening. We do have around a 30% chance of that happening into parts of mainland Nova Scotia this afternoon. For Labrador City, looking at a high of 16 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud with showers arriving into the overnight hours. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, periods of showers and or drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. Saturday's forecast is going to be a wet one. We do have a chance of showers expected for all three maritime provinces. We're expecting that to clear out for parts of Nova Scotia into the afternoon, but still holding on to a chance of showers for the remainder of the day. Newfoundland, Labrador going to see this low pressure system make its way over. Temperatures much cooler expected for Saturday, below seasonal for our daytime highs. Into Sunday's forecast, early in the morning, still some lingering showers for parts of all three maritime provinces. Clouds continue to clear out, though, into the afternoon. A mix of sun and cloud is expected. A low chance of showers will return as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Quebec has become the first province in the country to regulate the sale of energy drinks, banning the products for anyone under the age of 16.
A younger person is going to be more sensitive to the effects of caffeine. And you add on top of that, that some kids are also taking medications for ADHD. The combination of stimulants with caffeine can prove fatal.
The decision comes after a 15-year-old died in 2024 after drinking Red Bull while on ADHD medication. Under the new rules, sellers will have to ask for photo ID when selling the high caffeine drinks. A Toronto police officer was killed yesterday while carrying out what the city's police union called a high-risk takedown. Officials say the incident may be connected to a series of terror attacks in Canada and the U.S. CTV's John Woodward explains.
It was the American ambassador who first made the connection Thursday morning.
A Toronto policeman was killed, I believe, overnight in an investigation that may be linked to the United States.
Toronto's police chief then linking their operation on Martha Eden Way to the shooting at the U.S. consulate by the drivers of this Honda SUV in March.
Concerned a number of shootings, including a shooting at the United States consulate on University Avenue.
Within days of that attack, 3 synagogues in Toronto and Vaughan were also hit by bullets. Those attacks also came up in an investigation a world away, mentioned by someone wiretapped by U.S. authorities as he bragged about attacks in Amsterdam and Paris. According to an unsealed American criminal complaint, the man, an operative of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, said, "Our people were behind 2 attacks in Canada against the consulate and the Knesset, which the Americans believed referred to the consulate in Toronto and the synagogues." The man, Mohammed Bakr Saad Dawood al-Sadi, was arrested in Turkey in May and brought to the U.S., charged with directing 18 terrorist attacks throughout Europe.
Islamist jihadi-inspired extremist violence, that this continues to be a global phenomenon, that there continue to be organizations that actively feed it, and that there are individuals who actively recruit people to carry out such violence.
The RCMP confirming to CTV News their national security enforcement team was at the deployment Thursday morning.
This is an attack on Canada's freedom, and these people are financed. They're not casual criminals. These guys are, again, embedded, armed criminal gangs that are being financed to bring terror to Toronto, and the police are a frontline defense.
Against attacks that may have been commissioned a world away. John Woodward, CTV News.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has unveiled a new multi-billion-dollar food security strategy that he says will improve access to affordable food.
To protect our sovereignty and truly take control of our future, we have to take control of our food system.
Part of the plan calls for more locally produced fruit, vegetables, and other fresh items. Officials say that prices will come down with changes to how food is bought, sold, transported, and distributed in this country. The government is also promising to help small and medium-sized processors modernize and increase productivity so they can compete in the global marketplace. And Carney's headed to Europe for a series of high-stakes meetings with world leaders. The first stop of his 6-day trip is to Paris to meet with Emmanuel Macron before stops in Ireland and then finishing up at the G7 in the French Alps on Monday. It's unclear if Carney will get any face time with U.S. President Donald Trump. Trade, defense, AI, and the war in Iran will all be on the agenda. A second break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your business headlines on this Friday morning, plus your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100.
Those grand old hotels.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I've never actually stayed there. Had high tea once, but...
oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to stay there. Oh, put it on the list.
Yeah.
All right, it's 6:25 and time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello there, Matt Scooby inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. De'Aaron Fox's mental lapse led to the Knicks pulling off the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history Wednesday. It was so massive, even the usually surly John Tortorella had to talk about it in the midst of the Stanley Cup Final.
I wanted to go to bed, but when they got it down to 15, you knew something stupid was going to happen. I'm just basically saying the same stupid stuff's happening in our series. I forget the basketball player's name, but he's probably a very intelligent player. I think the intensity and just the moment that's going on in the finals now, I mean, they're human beings. It just overcomes you sometimes to do some stupid things. And yeah, I don't have an answer. Who can explain some of the things that's going on in this series? One thing as a coach you look for, as long as they care, as long as they're trying, that's all you can ask. And there'll be some crazy things that go along with it.
Heck of some insight from Torts. Just a reminder, the first World Cup game on Canadian soil will take place in Toronto later today. Canada playing Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tune into TSN, CTV, or Crave to catch the game at 1:30 Central. That's all for now from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now it's time for your business headlines from our colleagues over at BNN.
This is one of the most talked about initial public offerings of the year. Shares will start at $135 US tomorrow. More than 555 million shares are being sold, only about 4% of the company. SpaceX is known for its rockets, but it also has an AI division and Starlink, its satellite business, which is the only part of SpaceX that makes money. Elon Musk is already the world's richest man. Tomorrow, he could become the world's first trillionaire. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar down a fraction to 71.63. West Texas Intermediate is down to 87.71. Western Canadian Select is up to 75.82. And the TSX shot up 520 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our weekend forecast for New Brunswick, 25 degrees today is your daytime high. We do have some isolated showers tracking across parts of the province, a risk of thunderstorms. 21 on Saturday. Showers will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Warming up just a bit, 24 degrees on Sunday. A mix of sun and cloud starts off the day. Isolated showers expected to return. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers. 14 degrees on Saturday. Showers will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And a mix of sun and cloud returns on Sunday with a high of 21. For Prince Edward Island, 17 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies with evening showers. Showers continue in the forecast on Saturday, cooling down to 11, warming right up on Sunday, 21 with a mix of sun and cloud.
Just ahead in this half hour, are you a movie rewatcher? In today's Move Morning Chat, we want to know your favorite title when it comes to repeat viewings. That's in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Well, and this is the time of year, maybe the summer blockbusters are starting to come out, or maybe your favorite movies that remind you of the summer, and that's the ones you want to go for. Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Happy Friday to you. It is June 12th, already midway through the month of June, and hopefully you enjoyed that sunshine yesterday.
I did. I totally did. Did not watch a movie. Although that's a fun thing to do on a rainy day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love movies. You must love movies too.
Oh, obsessed.
Yeah, it's so fun. Just settle in, and you have like this whole journey you get to go on.
I know, it's so much fun.
It really is.
Yeah, so we are going to see that shower activity, like you said, if you can stay home and watch a film. Oh. Why not? Or read a book.
I'm feeling, well,
Oh no, it's spreading.
As you can see over in St. John, New Brunswick, a foggy, cloudy start to the day. 14 degrees as of right now, so quite warm still. Still holding on to some of that heat, but we are going to see temperatures start to cool down, especially for our daytime highs. Still remaining above seasonal for much of them, but we start to see that cool down occur into the afternoon. As of right now, it is 13 degrees in Halifax, 10 in Charlottetown, with 8 degrees in Sydney and in Labrador City, 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory issued for parts of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. A cloudy, foggy start to the maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador also going to see a bit of cloud coverage, but for the most part, seeing lots of sunshine today. We do have some shower activity early this morning for parts of Newfoundland into the maritime region, starting to see a bit of shower activity pop up as well with the risk of thunderstorms. In terms of our current winds, we are going to see a lighter wind day today for the maritime region. As of right now, 39 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 19 in Sydney, 17 in Charlottetown and Miramichi, with 15 in Bathurst. One wind gust at this time getting up to 28 kilometers per hour in Bathurst. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we begin with the traffic note. This is important for commuters in Halifax. One of the bridges will be closed this weekend. The closure of the McKay will begin tonight at 9 p.m. and it will run until 5:30 a.m. Monday. Halifax Harbour Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers are being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers due to the closure. The McDonald will remain open. The company operating ferries between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia says a federal board is determining whether the service is essential. A Marine Atlantic spokesperson says the company is currently participating in the process with the Canadian Industrial Relations Board. The board will decide whether the ferry service could be reduced in the event of a strike or lockout. Marine Atlantic workers, represented by Unifor, have been trying to negotiate new contracts with the company, and the union says conciliation efforts broke down last month. Marine Atlantic says there can be no strike or lockout until the federal board makes a ruling, and updates are expected later this month. In New Brunswick, the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys in January of last year will enter its 5th day today. On Thursday, the jury was shown graphic photos of the crime scene, including clothing the 17-year-old and 10-year-old were wearing when they were stabbed to death. The 14-member jury also reviewed photos of the accused when he was brought to the St. John Detention Center. Roman Commissioni had 2 nails in his head from a nail gun as part of an unsuccessful suicide attempt. The 46-year-old has pleaded not guilty to the 2 first-degree murder charges. The defense did not cross-examine any of Thursday's witnesses. Town officials in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, say the scene of that massive fatal fire Wednesday has now been turned over to property representatives. The massive fire broke out in an older apartment building and then quickly spread to an adjacent structure. Fire crews were first under the impression everyone had got out safely, but that proved not to be the case, and human remains were recovered from the basement later that night.
Talked to friends of the person who was unaccounted for. Just seeing the pain on their face, not knowing, a lot of not knowing.
The building was fully engulfed. Windows were exploding when we arrived.
The flames just kept getting bigger and spreading out. The siding on the walls was melting and dropping.
Officials say the medical examiner is working to confirm the identity of the victim, and the cause is still under investigation. The road in front of the properties is expected to reopen later this morning. New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt's approval rating has plummeted to below the halfway point in a new Angus Reid poll. At 41%, it marks the lowest approval rating Holt's ever had in the quarterly survey. And it's also the hugest disapproval rating she's had at 49%. Angus Reid Institute's online survey of 1,800 people was conducted from May 7th to the 11th. Now to a welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas slipped by 3.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.69.8. Diesel dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.02.2 a litre. In PEI, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.85.6. And diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price $2.18.4 a litre. And in New Brunswick, similar theme, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.76.5. And diesel fell by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price $2.17.3. The 2026 World Cup is officially underway, and it kicked off in Mexico City. There you go. The flags of the 48 teams competing in the tournament were displayed before legendary Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli took to the stage alongside EJ from K-pop Demon Hunters. Mexico scored once in the first half and again in the second half to win their opening game against South Africa in Group A 2-0.
Wow.
There it is.
See it all in person. What a day.
Right?
Excitement, right? Look at that.
Fluffy display. Yes.
Very exciting.
Oh, so exciting.
All this World Cup talk's making me hungry. So let's bring this to our next story. This master butcher is also a master of sausage art. She's created these soccer player-shaped sausage patties to mark the World Cup. The product's called Team Spirit, and it combines bratwurst and weisswurst and is meant to be cooked on the barbecue. But they look like fun. You know what I'd love to make this? Like just put them on a little breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yes. I want to see the cooked version.
Well, we got to stay with it for a second. We'll get there.
Because you know sometimes you do that with a cookie, and then the shape is just...
Yeah, no, that's a great... Actually, when I was putting this together, I said that to be barbecue, but you can do it in a little bit of oil, too. There we go. See? It stays together nicely. And it's delicious.
And it's delicious. The soccer theme I'm seeing everywhere. Yeah. I was at a grocery store yesterday. I saw, you know how you can buy those little plants? And they come with their own little...
Like a
vase, planters.
Yeah.
Anyways, the vase was a soccer ball.
Oh, cool.
It's everywhere.
Get into the spirit. Embrace it. Jump on the bandwagon. There's a nice seat right beside me.
Always room. Always room on the bandwagon. Okay, still ahead. What movies are going to be hitting the box office this weekend? We have your entertainment headlines, and we're going to stay on that theme because it is National Movie Day. And in our Move Morning Chat, we're asking, what is your favorite movie to re-watch, one that you will watch again and again happily? That conversation on the other side of this break after Latavia's forecast.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Friday. The time now is 6:43. We're taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day in Lunenburg. 12 degrees to start. We are going to see sunshine in your area today, so get outside and enjoy that sunshine while it lasts. We are seeing a warm start to the day for much of the Maritime region yet again. 18 degrees already in Fredericton, with 10 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 13 degrees in Halifax, 8 in Labrador City, 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory in effect for much of Newfoundland overnight tonight until early Saturday. As we see temperatures cool down into the overnight hours, colder air moves back and across the region. We are expecting some frost to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunshine starting off the day for much of Labrador, but into the Maritime region for the most part, it is quite cloudy and a bit of fog early this morning. Fog will dissipate. Clouds will clear out for much of the region, but we do also have a bit of weather tracking across parts of the region. Some showers for parts of Newfoundland early this morning and into parts of New Brunswick. Into the afternoon, we start to see that cloud coverage break down. A bit of sunshine returns for parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing lots of sunshine and pretty warm temperatures for our daytime highs. But into the Maritime region, as you can see here, a chance of showers will return, a risk of thunderstorms, the heaviest being for the western region of New Brunswick. So if you're wondering about those rainfall totals, we'll take a look at that in just a second. Here we go. We're seeing current temperatures, well, Not current temperature, sorry, I'm getting confused. We're looking at the precipitation totals. There we go. 20 to 30 millimeters for Woodstock, heaviest being for St. Stephen at 30 to 40 millimeters. Looking at around 5 to 10 for parts of Prince Edward Island. Newfoundland, Labrador, not seeing much accumulation from this system. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be ranging from 11 to 23 degrees, being the warmest into St. John. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud today as a chance of showers moves in this afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms, and will carry into the evening hours as well. Pretty light wind expected across the province today. Daytime highs for Prince Edward Island will range from 11 degrees in Tignish up to 16 in Charlottetown. Mainly cloudy skies. We will be seeing some sunny breaks into the afternoon. A chance of isolated showers into the evening with wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud with a chance of showers this evening. Daytime highs will range from 12 to 27 degrees for Truro. And then the rest of Nova Scotia looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. We do have a low chance of some shower activity for Kentville. Other than that, seeing isolated showers into this evening. For Labrador City, looking at 16 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud. A chance of showers this evening. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle and or showers early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome back to the Move Morning Chat. This one's a fun one and probably one of my faves. It's National Movie Night, so we want to know what's one movie you love to rewatch. Aaron and Peter, who's going to start us off on this list?
I'll start it off. National Movie Night gives me a great excuse to watch a movie again that I've been watching since I was a kid, made all of my family members watch, turned them all into fans, I think. And also all of the spin-offs from this movie. I will watch Star Wars any day, anytime. I will watch that movie over and over again. I can't even imagine how many times I have seen it, including in the theaters and when it came back to theaters, newly, remixed and redone, and of course on VHS and then on DVD and now on streaming and now on, Star Wars over and over again.
Don't get him going on Star Wars because he will talk for 25 years.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Him and I are very different people because my choice of movie that I will rewatch over and over and over again, I probably mentioned this before, I am obsessed with Sleepless in Seattle from 1993. And I think there's a few reasons why I am obsessed with this one movie. One being, I spent a lot of time in Seattle as a kid. I've got family there. So I just loved seeing where they were shooting everything, the floating homes. I walk there every time I visit. But also Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks are like my comfort actors when I need to watch a movie that I know is going to make me feel good. This one involves a lot of radio, which of course I'm interested in too. And yeah, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, you can't go wrong. So that's mine.
Well, I did remember you saying that, Aaron. And a few weeks back, I was off sick for about a week, and I watched it. It was, yeah, I loved it. It was great. Yeah, so thank you for the recommendation.
It's so cute.
Oh, so cute. Yeah.
Good.
Classic. For me, I would say what I love to watch, but there's so many because I love to rewatch movies because exactly as you said, the feeling you get, but I'll name two. 13 Going on 30. I love that movie. I could watch that a million times in a row. And also Back to the Future. I recently downloaded that and watched it on the plane. It's awesome. Oh my gosh, the prom dress when she goes back in time for the mom. Right. Oh my God, it's all really good. So there's two that I'd watch right now.
Oh my goodness, those are all great ones. Okay, for me, I was thinking like you, Crystal, I was like, there's so many movies I'd love to go back to. Which one do I choose? I'm choosing Sweet November.
Never seen it.
Yes, Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron. Back in the day, like, this is, oh my goodness, I think it's like early 2000s or 90s even. It's fantastic. You would love it. Okay. Anything with Keanu Reeves in it that's like a romance movie, I'm all for it. Because he hasn't done any recently, but he didn't do too many of them, but they're great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it, as soon as you said 90s, I thought Clueless. There's another one I could see 9 times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, so good. This is going to be a fun conversation. Let's turn it over to the viewers now. It is National Movie Night. What's a movie you love to rewatch? Let us know at 10-400, and we'll have a little chat about this a bit later on.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Time now is 6:53. Welcome back. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Start yapping. Where is the tuna?
We have our first teaser for Disney and Pixar's Gatto. The new animated film follows the adventures of a Venetian cat named Nero. Mark Ruffalo and Lawrence Fishburne lead the voice cast. Gatto lands in theaters on March 5th, 2027. Disney is the parent company of Pixar and ABC News. Paul Anthony Kelly is headed to the big screen. The love story actor will be making his feature film debut in The Housemaid's Secret. Kelly will play Douglas opposite Kirsten Dunst and Sydney Sweeney in the sequel to 2025's The Housemaid. The film hits theaters on December 17th, 2027. The Love Hypothesis has a release date. The new romance film starring Lily Reinhart and Tom Bateman will premiere on Prime Video on September 23rd. And happy birthday to Dave Franco, who is 41 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And soccer fans from around the world are making the ultimate sports
pilgrimage.
There we go. But few are taking it as far and long as these three men in Argentina.
Yep. ABC's Danny New introduces us to the ultimate FIFA superfans.
How much does the World Cup mean to soccer's biggest fans? Well, at least enough for these three friends to ride their bicycles from Argentina to Kansas City.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love the Argentine football team?
11. This is Vicente Concolini, who, along with his pals Shamandu and Miguel, spent the past 9.5 months riding almost 11,000 miles to get from their hometown of Gualeguaychú to the Midwest. And he still had enough energy left over to teach me a chant. Muchacho, ahora no lo íbamos a ilusionar. Their journey started back in August of last year after Vicente quit his job for the trip. They did not have tickets, and Argentina's first match location had not even been announced yet.
Had you heard of Kansas City before?
No. But they knew they'd figure it out along the way. Vicente says the hardest parts involved the mountains of Bolivia and Peru. But they took their time for some sightseeing once they got to Mexico, country number 16.
Before Mexico, we cycling not all days, but like almost.
And when they finally arrived, remember when I mentioned they didn't have tickets yet? The tickets that are famously hovering around $800 minimum for Argentina's first game next Tuesday?
Vamos Argentina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, after they arrived, Mike Kelly, the chair of Johnson County, Kansas, said his team had seen their posts on social media and presented all three with tickets to Argentina's first game.
I think one of the things we're trying to show is the warmth and hospitality that is here. Not only in America, but specifically in Kansas City.
However, Vicente says since they arrived, they still have not tried any of the famous Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah, Mike, very nice you got him tickets to the World Cup, but you got to get this guy some ribs.
We've got some plans. Absolutely.
So their plan is to attend the Argentina game on Tuesday and then head to Dallas for their next game. However, they said they're most likely to fly to that one. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
A chance of showers moves in for New Brunswick today, a high of 25. Cooling down just a bit, 21 degrees on Saturday. Showers clear, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. And sunshine starts off the day on Sunday with a high of 24. Isolated showers return, though, into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud with evening showers. Showers on Saturday, clearing, leaving sunshine for parts of the province. 14 degrees, though, 21 on Sunday. For Prince Edward Island, 17 degrees with mainly cloudy skies. Evening showers. Showers continue in the forecast on Saturday, cooling down to 11, warming right back up on Sunday, 21 with a mix of sun and cloud.
It's Friday, June 12th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the McKay Bridge will be closed for maintenance work this weekend. We'll have details on when it will be closed and when it will reopen. Just ahead in your news headlines.
And the FIFA World Cup is underway. We'll chat with the Executive Director of Soccer Nova Scotia about the excitement as Canada gets ready to play their first match on home soil. Those stories and so much more are coming up in this edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7:01. It's Friday, the end of the work week. Here we are.
Here we are.
Woohoo!
It's been a lovely week weather-wise for the most part.
Yeah, it's been quite nice.
Yeah.
We're still going to hold on to those warmer temperatures today. Not as hot as we saw yesterday, but temperatures are starting to cool back down for one day only. It's a one-day only event.
One day only.
It's a Saturday. It's going to be much cooler. Temperatures will warm back up and moderate for the rest of the weekend.
We will need it for a little bit. I was talking to my neighbor last night, and he was saying, like, okay, do I mow the lawn tonight or tomorrow? When do I do it? Yeah.
I just mowed the lawn.
Did ya?
It's
Oh, yeah, you had the weed whacker and the eye protection.
I got the weed whacker out with my brand new safety goggles.
Right? Good on you.
You know what would be fun? To have like a little cam in the garden on your plants, because I've noticed that they're really growing. Like overnight, they must just...
Yes.
I feel like you cut the grass and the weeds are just growing.
Yeah. Would be fun to see a time lapse of it actually.
Right?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I know. I know.
You know the white fluffy dandelions, like the seed that comes
Yes.
up? I don't know the technical term.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
It is
Yes,
fluff.
the fluff. The okay, I was running and this fluff, it was a little windy.
Yeah.
I was running in the afternoon. This wind gust had a bunch. It went right in my mouth.
Yeah, I was literally saying this yesterday. I'm walking around, I'm like...
It's the fluff.
Like,
then it's the little clouds of bugs.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
that's fun.
we've accurately described the conditions out there, but here you can see it much better with the Charlottetown
Exactly, done. As of right now, it is 10 degrees over in Charlottetown. You can see it is quite cloudy starting off your day. Mainly cloudy skies expected across Prince Edward Island today. We are going to see some sunshine in the forecast, but also some shower activity. Temperature is quite warm for the Maritime region starting off your day. We'll take a look at those current temperatures. You're going to see here much warmer across New Brunswick, a bit cooler for parts of the Maritime region in terms of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Just give it a second and we'll head right over there. There we go. 19 degrees right now in Fredericton, 13 starting off your day in Halifax. We're looking at 3 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay and 4 in St. John's, Newfoundland. In terms of our frost advisory, it's currently issued for much of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday morning. Here's a look at your satellite and radar. Holding on to sunshine for much of Newfoundland and Labrador today. We do have some shower activity early this morning, though, for parts of Newfoundland. A cloudy, foggy start to the day for the Maritime region, and we have showers moving in for parts of the region into the afternoon. In terms of the wind forecast, going to remain quite light today. As of right now, though, 39 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 19 in Sydney, 17 in Charlottetown and in Miramichi. Only one wind gust at this time, 28 kilometers per hour in Bathurst. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
And we begin with the traffic note for commuters in the Halifax area. One of the bridges will be closed this weekend, and that closure will start tonight. This time it is the McKay Bridge, and that closure will begin at 9 p.m. a little bit later due to FIFA celebrations. And the closure will run until 5:30 a.m. Monday. Halifax Harbour Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers are being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers during the closure. Meantime, the McDonald will remain open. The company operating ferries between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia says a federal board is determining whether the service is essential. A Marine Atlantic spokesperson says the company is currently participating in the process with the Canadian Industrial Relations Board. The board will decide whether the ferry service could be reduced in the event of a strike or lockout. Marine Atlantic workers, represented by Unifor, have been trying to negotiate new contracts with the company, and the union says conciliation efforts broke down last month. Marine Atlantic says there can be no strike or lockout until the federal board makes a ruling, and updates are expected later this month. In New Brunswick, the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys in January of last year will enter its 5th day today. On Thursday, the jury was shown graphic photos of the crime scene, including clothing the 17-year-old and 10-year-old were wearing when they were stabbed to death. The 14-member jury also reviewed photos of the accused when he was brought to the St. John Detention Center. Roman Commissioni had 2 nails in his head from a nail gun as part of an unsuccessful suicide attempt. The 46-year-old has pleaded not guilty to the 2 first-degree murder charges. The defense did not cross-examine any of Thursday's witnesses. In Nova Scotia, town officials in Bridgewater say the scene of that massive fatal fire Wednesday has now been turned over to property representatives. The massive fire broke out in an older apartment building and then quickly spread to an adjacent structure. Fire crews were first under the impression everyone had got out safely, but that proved to not be the case, and human remains were recovered from the basement Wednesday night.
Talked to friends of the person who was unaccounted for. Just seeing the pain on their face, not knowing, a lot of not knowing.
The building was fully engulfed. Windows were exploding when we arrived.
The flames just kept getting bigger and spreading out. The siding on the walls was melting and dropping.
Officials say the medical examiner is working to confirm the identity of the victim, and how the fire started is under investigation. Meantime, the road in front of the properties is expected to reopen this morning. New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt's approval rating has plummeted to below the halfway point in a new Angus Reid poll. At 41%, it marks the lowest approval rating Holt's ever had in the quarterly survey. And it's also the highest disapproval ratings she's had at 49%. Angus Reid Institute's online survey of 1,800 people was conducted from May 7th to the 11th. Unionized long-term care workers in Nova Scotia have taken a big step toward ending a lengthy labor dispute. CUPE says workers at St. Vincent's Nursing Home in Halifax voted late Wednesday to ratify a tentative contract that was reached on Sunday. The ratification is significant because those members were part of what the union describes as a lead table, meaning they were responsible for setting the economic pattern for the entire sector. 3,600 workers spent 8 weeks on the picket lines. The post office is forging ahead with plans to convert home delivery to community boxes, and tens of thousands of Maritimers are on the conversion list. Canada Post says 34,000 addresses in Halifax, Fredericton, and Oromocto will start the move in the weeks and months ahead. It's part of a larger push to convert nearly 500,000 door-to-door residential and business customers to the community boxes to save money. Canada Post lost nearly $1.6 billion last year alone. Finally, a welcome change at the pumps this morning. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. Here's a look at the numbers, starting with Nova Scotia. Gas fell by 3.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.69.8. Diesel dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.02.2 a liter. In PEI, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.85.6. And diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.76.5. And diesel fell by 4 cents. The maximum price $2.17.3 a liter. That's a look at your local news headlines. I'll have some national news ahead.
Appreciate that. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it is a big year of celebration south of the border. So Macy's department store is doing a test run of the upcoming July 4th fireworks show. We get to sit back and enjoy it ourselves now. It's pretty. Macy's was testing out its pyrotechnics ahead of this year's USA 250 celebrations. Now, the actual show will light up New York, but this is a run-through taking place in the Mojave Desert. It's the 50th year of the Macy's 4th of July fireworks show. And yeah, you can see it's gonna be a banger, literally.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't like fireworks because they're loud, and I know that can be sometimes challenging for animals and such, but you know, it's a tradition, and lovely that they practice it to make sure everything goes off without a hitch in New York.
Yeah, that's so true.
All right, here's a little reminder. The 2026 FIFA World Cup begins, well, it's already underway, but Canada begins their play today. CTV, TSN, and Crave are your homes for coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. So it's going to impact the shows on certain days, CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6. So they're going to move to this station on those days. So if you want to find out the exact details, use that QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca and you'll get the full list of all of the changes.
Just a little clickety-click.
Exactly.
And you don't have to go anywhere. Still ahead, we're going to have a break, but we're going to be back with your Friday national headlines. And Latavia has the full forecast as we take a live look at White Point, Nova Scotia, along Nova Scotia's south shore. As you can see, that fog really thick in multiple places this morning. When will it burn off? Latavia has those details next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:14. We're taking a live look at Port de Grave. 4 degrees to start. We are expecting a low chance of some showers and or drizzle early this morning, but we'll clear out, seeing sunshine return into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Pretty warm across the Maritime region. As of right now, it is 19 degrees in Fredericton, with 10 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 14 early this morning in Halifax, and 4 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. A frost advisory has been issued for much of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. As temperatures cool down into the overnight hours, we are expecting frost to develop. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Seeing a bit of everything early this morning, a bit of sunshine for parts of Labrador. For much of Atlantic Canada, though, a cloudy, foggy start to the day. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of the region as well. A chance of showers early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and then into parts of New Brunswick. We're looking at some shower activity early this morning. Into the afternoon, fog clears out. Clouds clear as well, leaving a bit of sunshine across parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador is seeing precipitation clear out and clouds clear. Lots of sunshine for both those provinces. We do have isolated showers tracking across parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, and then for New Brunswick, that's where we see some steadier showers, the heaviest being into the western region of New Brunswick. For tonight, temperatures will cool down, still remaining relatively warm, though. Fog will start to redevelop across the Maritime region, and precipitation will still hold on to early Saturday morning. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, as I mentioned, the heaviest being into the western region of New Brunswick, 30 to 40 millimeters for St. Stephen, 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Prince Edward Island. Newfoundland, Labrador, not really seeing much accumulation. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs have cooled down, still relatively warm for parts of the province, ranging from 11 degrees in Campbellton and Miramichi up to 21 in Woodstock, 22 in St. John, New Brunswick. We do have a bit of shower activity into the morning, a risk of thunderstorms that will continue into the afternoon and evening as well. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 11 degrees in Tignish up to 16 in Charlottetown. Mainly cloudy skies with some sunny breaks into the afternoon. Evening showers expected. Wind picking up, though, out of the northeast, 20 gusting to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. Evening showers expected, although we will be seeing isolated showers return this afternoon for eastern Nova Scotia. Daytime highs will range from 12 to 27 degrees in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at sunshine today as clouds continue to clear out. Evening showers expected with daytime highs between 21 to 26. For Labrador City, looking at 16 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers this evening. 7 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle and or showers starting off your day will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. Saturday is going to be a wet day ahead. Temperatures are cooling down. We do have a cold front moving in, bringing colder air back in across the region. We will be seeing shower activity move in for Newfoundland and Labrador as well into Saturday night. Into our forecast for Sunday, though, we are going to see cloud coverage start to clear out, precipitation clear as well. We will be seeing some sunshine return into the afternoon. A low chance of isolated showers expected. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your Campfire Conditions Report, brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. In the province of New Brunswick, for most counties, campfires are not permitted at this time. There are some exceptions. In the South, Charlotte, Kings, and Albert counties, campfires are permitted between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m., and in St. John County, campfires are permitted anytime. In the province of Nova Scotia, for most, campfires are permitted between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. Queens County remains closed to campfires. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted, with domestic brush burning restricted to the hours of 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Make sure to check in on municipal restrictions and bylaws as well.
After tensions escalated in the Middle East this week, there could be a bit breakthrough. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the war is over, but Iranian leaders don't have the same understanding. ABC's Karen Hua is in Washington with the details.
They've taken a pounding like very few people could take. and they want to make the deal a lot more than I do.
This morning, there are questions whether a peace deal is near. President Trump called off an attack on Iran just hours after he threatened to hit them very hard and seize Karg Island, the heart of the country's oil industry. Instead, the president claims a deal with Iran is just days away, an agreement that would open the Strait of Hormuz with nuclear weapons to be discussed in the coming days.
And I think ultimately great for Iran because they'll be able to build up their country and their country. I really believe it's a regime change because I find these people to be much more rational than the people that are no longer with us.
But Iran's foreign ministry pushed back, saying Iran has not reached a final conclusion. President Trump still appeared triumphant, claiming the war is over at several tele-rallies Thursday.
I don't know if you heard, but we ended the war with Iran today.
While the deal hangs in limbo, President Trump says the naval blockade against Iran will remain in full force. He adds there could be a signing ceremony as soon as this weekend. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you so much. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, the head of Soccer Nova Scotia will join us.
Welcome back. It's 7:23. The FIFA World Cup is now underway, bringing crowds, celebrations, and international attention to Canada's host cities. Today will mark Canada's first ever men's World Cup match on home soil as the team takes on Bosnia and Herzegovina in Toronto. Here to talk about the excitement around the beautiful game is the Executive Director of Soccer Nova Scotia, Lindsay McCaskill. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Crystal. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. What an exciting day. How does it feel to you to have Canada playing World Cup soccer on home soil today?
Yeah, I think, you know, for us in Nova Scotia, it's a once-in-a-generational opportunity. We're so excited. For many Nova Scotians, this will be the biggest sporting event is on our stage on home soil, and the excitement is incredible.
Yes, what have you heard among players that you work with and others in your world?
Yeah, so players, coaches, referees, we've heard lots of excitement. Lots of people will be tuning into the game and cheering on the Canadian men on home soil.
All right, let's talk about Port Williams at Jacob Schaffelberg. That's very exciting to have someone from the East Coast playing for Team Canada in the World Cup. Do you think that kind of ups the ante a little bit for local fans?
Absolutely. I think, you know, when we see someone who is from right here in our backyard, I think it really does inspire the next generation of soccer players to really see themselves in Jacob and hopefully inspire them to want to make it to the next level.
Yes. How is the sport of soccer doing in Nova Scotia at the moment?
Yeah, we've seen a huge surge in soccer registrations over the past few years. So pre-COVID, we were around 19,000 members, and this last year we were just over 25,000. And so we are seeing early tracking this year that we will likely surpass last year's numbers. So the excitement is real, and we're excited to welcome some new members to the game.
For sure, the numbers definitely trending in the right direction. Do you think that having FIFA in Canada is going to even boost those numbers even higher?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, with the excitement of events like Canada Celebrates on the Garrison grounds, and our clubs are really feeling that impact. And so I really, really hope that Canadians and Nova Scotians are tuning in and really falling in love with the game even more.
For sure. I mean, so much support for our professional soccer teams in Halifax with the Wanderers on the men's side and, of course, the Tides. So much fan support. I was talking to a new Tides member who played for a different team last year. She said they used to dread coming to Halifax because the fan support was just so strong. Why do you think that we on the East Coast just have embraced soccer just so much?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to both the Wanderers and the Tides for creating such a great game day environment. I think, you know, Nova Scotians are hungry for that live sporting event. And it's really, really exciting that both the Tides and the Wanderers are able to provide that for us. And yeah, very, very exciting.
Well, you mentioned the words game day excitement. That leads us to the Garrison grounds. They have been transformed into Soccer Central, and you were telling me that's where you're going to be today to watch the big game. Tell us more about the transformation into this soccer wonderland.
Yeah. So it's really exciting with HRM, Soccer Nova Scotia, and FIFA Canada. Canada Celebrates is here in town, and it was incredible. They're being there yesterday with, hundreds of supporters. And today we expect even more. We're so excited to see how many fans will show up today to support the men.
It's going to be wild, hopefully weather permitting. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for your thoughts today, and I hope that you really have a wonderful time enjoying this great moment for soccer in our country.
Thank you so much. I think, for many of us in the game who are working in it every day, sometimes we forget how exciting and the magnitude of the World Cup.
For sure. All right, well, have a great day. It's now our pleasure. 7:27 at the moment. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of our show right after this. But yes, please go to our website. We have all the details you need for the FIFA games, when they'll be broadcast, where they'll be broadcast, and how you can get in on the action.
Just ahead this half hour, we'll have the latest look at the Friday forecast. We have some fog to start the day, but we do have some warmer temperatures on the way for a bit of a cool down. On the weekend, Latavia has those details in just a few moments.
Happy Friday. Come on in and join us. We're halfway through the show already, and what a show it's been. Really enjoyed chatting with Lindsay about the excitement surrounding the soccer community.
Yes.
FIFA fever in our region, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You're going to catch it. If you don't have it yet, you're going to catch it. Also, this hour is going to be fun. Food Truck Friday, and, of course, Denise, we'll be talking about Father's Day. Yes, Father's Day is the 21st, so that's next Sunday.
Yes, already, eh? Creeping up. Okay.
It is.
As you can see over in our live eye in Fredericton, it is a cloudy start to the day there as well. Currently 20 degrees though, so it's going to heat up for parts of the region today. Yet again, we will be seeing sunshine into the afternoon for many areas, but temperatures will be cooling down into the weekend forecast. But as of right now though, it is 15 degrees as you head outdoors in Halifax, 10 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 2 degrees over in Cartwright, and 3 degrees in St. Anthony. A frost advisory has been issued for much of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We do have a bit of fog for parts of the region. Early this morning, cloudy skies for much of Atlantic Canada and a bit of shower activity for parts of New Brunswick and Newfoundland early this morning. We are going to see sunshine into the afternoon. A chance of showers will return for parts of the Maritime region. For our wind forecast, it's going to be quite light for much of the Maritimes. As of right now, though, 31 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 17 in Miramichi, as well as into Moncton and Charlottetown, 19 in Edmonton, with no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at that weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And we begin with an important traffic note. One of the bridges in Halifax will be closed this weekend. The closure of the McKay Bridge will begin later tonight. It will start at 9 p.m. and will be in place until 5:30 a.m. Monday. Halifax Harbor Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers during the closure. Meantime, the McDonald Bridge will remain open. The company operating ferries between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia says a federal board is determining whether the service is essential. A Marine Atlantic spokesperson says the company is currently participating in the process with the Canadian Industrial Relations Board. That board will decide whether the ferry service could be reduced in the event of a strike or lockout. Marine Atlantic workers, represented by Unifor, have been trying to negotiate new contracts with the company, and the union says conciliation efforts broke down last month. Marine Atlantic says there can be no strike or lockout until the federal board makes a ruling, and updates are expected later this month. In New Brunswick, the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys in January of last year will enter its 5th day today. On Thursday, the jury was shown graphic photos of the crime scene, including clothing the 17-year-old and 10-year-old were wearing when they were stabbed to death. The 14-member jury also reviewed photos of the accused when he was brought to the St. John Detention Center. Roman Commissioner had 2 nails in his head from a nail gun as part of an unsuccessful suicide attempt. The 46-year-old has pleaded not guilty to the 2 first-degree murder charges. The defense did not cross-examine any of Thursday's witnesses. In Nova Scotia, town officials in Bridgewater say the scene of that massive fatal fire on Wednesday has now been turned over to property representatives. The massive fire broke out in an older apartment building and then quickly spread to an adjacent structure. Fire crews were first under the impression everyone had got out safely, but that proved not to be the case, and human remains were recovered from the basement later that night.
Talked to friends of the person who was unaccounted for. Just seeing the pain on their face, not knowing, a lot of not knowing.
Building was fully engulfed. Windows were exploding when we arrived.
The flames just kept getting bigger and spreading out. The siding on the walls was melting and dropping.
Officials say the medical examiner is working to confirm the identity of the victim, and the cause is still under investigation. Meantime, the road in front of the properties is expected to reopen this morning. Some New Brunswick residents are speaking out against a proposed data center in St. John. Demonstrators gathered outside the legislature in Fredericton on Thursday, calling for the province to turn its back on AI data centers and AI use. The proposed center in Lornville was jointly pitched by companies from Texas and Calgary. The deputy leader of the Green Party says it would be the 3rd largest greenhouse gas emitter in New Brunswick.
We are hoping to get to have a conversation, and we want to end the secrecy with what's been going on in regards to planning the data center and having it go forward without being consulted.
An environmental impact assessment on the project was filed with the province in April. The companies are hopeful the site will be up and running by 2028. Now to a welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 3.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.69.8. Diesel dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.02.2 a liter. And in Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price, $1.85.6. And diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price now $2.18.4. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.76.5 a liter. And diesel fell by 4 cents a liter. The maximum price now $2.17.3. Now to developing news in the Halifax area this hour. We are efforting bringing you a live shot from a fire in Halifax area this morning. We are hearing that there is a fire. Here is a live image from Charles Street near Windsor Street in Halifax. As you can see, multiple fire crews are on the scene. Smoke can be seen from the exterior of the building. This is just developing news this morning in the Halifax area. Again, a live shot from Charles Street, that is near Windsor Street in Halifax in the city's north end. Firefighters responding to a fire at this building. Very few details this hour. This is developing news. We will reach out to Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency to get details on this. But as you can see, a large response there impacting traffic in the area as well. Finally, here's something you can think about later tonight, what movie you're going to watch, because it's National Movie Night. National Movie Night falls on the second Friday of June every year. It celebrates the tradition of movie nights with friends and family. So whether you're watching it at the theater, on your couch, maybe a drive-through too, it's your chance to just soak in some of Hollywood's latest and greatest. We're actually asking today in our Move Morning Chat, what is a movie that you just love rewatching? No matter how many times you've seen it, you can join in on that conversation at 10,400. And, you know, those seats, too, those really interactive seats, they're a little controversial.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Right? 10,400 is the number. Let us know what's a movie that you love to rewatch. Getting lots of answers.
What's your answer?
Do you know it? I feel like you know it. I'll share it later.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys can get it pretty easily.
Quite a foggy start to the day over in Burnt Coat Head. Happy Friday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:43. We will be seeing that fog burn off a little bit later on, and temperatures will be warming up. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators, rather. And we are going to see 20 degrees already in Fredericton this start, 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 15 in Halifax, with 8 degrees in Sydney and 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. A frost advisory has been issued across much of Newfoundland. This is for overnight tonight until early Saturday morning. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. A bit of sunshine starts off the day across parts of Labrador. We do have some shower activity in the forecast as well. So cloudy, foggy early this morning for much of the region. Showers over in parts of Newfoundland and into parts of New Brunswick. Into the afternoon, clouds will clear out as well as that fog will burn off. Sunshine for Newfoundland and Labrador as showers clear out. And into the Maritime region, we do have a low chance of showers tracking across parts of the Maritimes, but also seeing some steadier showers into the western region of New Brunswick. Into tonight, increasing cloudiness yet again, holding on to a bit of shower activity. Fog will develop into the overnight hours, temperatures cooling off and bringing us into Saturday's forecast, starting off with a wet start to the day. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, heaviest being 30 to 40 millimeters into St. Stephen. We're looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island. Not seeing much accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador. For forecast today for New Brunswick, temperatures are cooling off. You can see here our daytime highs ranging from 11 to 22 degrees into St. John, New Brunswick. A bit of shower activity for parts of the province into the afternoon and a risk of thunderstorms. We'll be seeing shower activity across the province into the evening. Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 11 to 16 degrees over in Charlottetown. Mainly cloudy skies today with some sunny breaks into the afternoon. Isolated showers return into the evening. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also seeing a mix of sun and cloud with evening showers. We do have a low chance of showers for eastern mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon, and daytime highs between 12 to 27 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, also seeing sunshine today. We do have a chance of showers moving in this evening with highs ranging from 11 to 26 degrees. For Labrador City, 16 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. We do have a chance of showers this evening. 7 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, starting off with a bit of wet weather. Will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. So Saturday's forecast will be a wet one. A cool day ahead as well as we see that cold front move in. We are going to see that shower activity into the overnight hours, starting to see that system break down. Newfoundland, Labrador starting to see some precipitation into our forecast for Sunday. Into Sunday early morning, showers still looming, and then we'll start to clear out, but we do have a low chance of showers returning into the afternoon. Temperatures warming back up above seasonal. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Suzette.
Well, Money Mart is a financial services company offering cash advances, check cashing, and money transfers. They are celebrating the opening of their newest location in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Joining us this morning is Peter Kalin, the CEO of Money Mart. Good morning, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Suzette.
I want to start by talking about the St. John's location. You're opening your first one in St. John's. What brought you to Newfoundland and Labrador, Peter?
Well, Money Mart's been around for over 40 years in Canada, and we're in 9 provinces, and Newfoundland and Labrador was somewhere we felt we needed to be. So was just out there yesterday, came back, and opened our first branch in Newfoundland and Labrador, and very happy to be back in the market.
Wonderful. Hopefully you enjoyed some nice Newfoundland and Labrador hospitality, too, while you were there.
I got screeched in, yeah.
Oh, hey, that's wonderful. So this branch, Peter, is a new concept location. Tell me how it's different from a traditional Money Mart.
Yeah, it's very welcoming and spacious. It's got some seating area so that people can wait if there's a bit of a line, and also allows us to host customer appreciation events. But there's also a separate area that's a little more private, so they can be seated and talk to a financial services representative if there's something, a little more complex financial situation that they want to discuss.
It really seems like you're focusing on that customer experience. Speaking of those customers, when they walk into the new branch today, what services can they access?
Yeah, we like to consider ourselves the one-stop shop for people that are looking to connect with money when they need it most. So what differentiates us is we offer loans anywhere from $100 to $25,000. We can approve you in just a few minutes, and you can walk out with physical cash, and we can deposit the rest into your bank account. So we offer loans, we offer instant check cashing with no holds typically. We offer foreign exchange, so we have many currencies available that if you want to travel, you just come to see us and we'll give you some foreign currency. You can send and receive money anywhere, almost anywhere in the world. And so we're that one-stop shop for anytime you need money, we're here to help you.
And Peter, before we go this morning, I want to ask you, what should people know before they walk through the doors?
We are a very compassionate organization. We understand people have financial needs, and sometimes times are difficult. We're here. We say yes when others say no. So we really want to help our customers get back on their feet. We want to help them build their credit, and we're the one-stop shop.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Peter. I know Money Mart has been in business for more than 40 years. We certainly thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us, Peter.
My pleasure to be with you. Thanks, Suzette.
That's Peter.
Health and medical news now. Child advocates are praising the Liberal government's new online safety legislation, while large tech companies say they are assessing it. It's one of the topics in your health. Introduced Wednesday in the House of Commons, Bill C-34 would force social media to block access for kids under 16, though platforms could obtain an exemption if they put sufficient safeguards in place. The bill would also regulate the companies behind AI chatbots by imposing on them a duty to act responsibly. The head of the Canadian Medical Association says it's unacceptable for foreign-owned platforms to keep getting rich at the expense of our children's mental health, privacy, and personal safety. Canada has launched a new Preventative Health Advisory Committee after disbanding a task force last year. The 14-member committee is being led by a family physician, Dr. David Keegan, who is also a medical professor at the University of Calgary. The committee will provide guidelines on screening for things like cervical and breast cancer. The group, Dense Breast Canada, says it welcomes the new group and urges it to act quickly to update guidelines regarding breast cancer screening.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 50th anniversary for Malcolm and Barbara Wilson of Portrait Vale, New Brunswick.
Happy anniversary, 50 years.
Happy anniversary.
And it's a 50th anniversary for Stephen and Marilyn Broyle of Truro. Look at them 50 years ago. So in love.
Still in love. Happy anniversary. It's a 65th anniversary for Raymond and Sylvia Savoy of Miramichi.
Oh, and we thank Mr. Savoy for his service.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's a 70th anniversary for Gloria and Clarence Johnson of Wilmot, Nova Scotia. What a photo!
Wow!
I would love to have this framed in my home. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. It's also a 72nd anniversary for Ross and Ginny Ramey of Hebville, Nova Scotia.
Congratulations, you two. 72 years. Oh, my goodness. And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 101st birthday for Euclide Doucette of St. John. 101. Happy birthday.
Yes, and thank you so much for your service. All right, there's a musical genius who's taking over social media. She plays an instrument called the handpan. And get this, she's just 11.
It's crazy. ABC's Danny New has more on the artist better known as Sprites.
An 11-year-old from Germany has taken over social media as she uses her two hands and an instrument called the handpan to send millions into a sort of atmospheric trance.
Do you hear the song in your head before you start playing, or does it all just come out of your hands?
It just comes out of my hands. I don't have any plan what I'm doing.
She goes by Sprites, and here's the thing, Sprites has had no formal handpan training. In March of last year, she just sort of picked up this instrument one day that her father, who's a musician, was actually trying to learn himself.
After practicing for about half a year,
I was a little bit frustrated. But to play more, I put it in the living room. And that's when she started playing. And then I was even more frustrated.
Since then, Sprites has been continually developing her unique hand-panning style in the living room, which her parents have started sharing online.
It was so magical to watch because she didn't have any fear to make a mistake.
But Sprites loves to have fun and just see how far she can take her musicianship, like by playing the handpan while blindfolded and with a blanket on top, or even while drinking a glass of milk. And now Sprites has just released her first few singles with her debut album on the way. So far, her singles have hundreds of thousands of listens on streaming platforms like Spotify. However, Sprites does not seem to care too much about the numbers.
It's important to have fun, not to have many views or anything.
Danny New, ABC News, New York.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, 25 degrees today with some isolated showers. We do have a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon. 21 degrees on Saturday. Showers will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 24 on Sunday. We have a mix of sun and cloud, but isolated showers will return for parts of the province into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees today. Lots of sunshine with a chance of showers this evening. 14 degrees on Saturday, so cooling down. Showers start off the day clearing out, leaving sunshine for parts of the province, cloudy skies for others. And on Sunday, looking at 21 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. For Prince Edward Island, 17 degrees, mainly cloudy. We do have some evening showers. 11 degrees on Saturday. Showers continue across the island. And warming back up on Sunday, 21 with a mix of sun and cloud.
Wonderful forecast. A little bit something for everybody.
Yeah, not too bad. Cools down on Saturday, but warming right back up, so can't complain.
Yeah, there's certainly no wild extremes this time of year. Yeah, so we're looking forward to the FIFA celebrations. I'll actually go to the Garrison grounds this afternoon.
Why not? It'll be so much fun.
Putting you on the spot here, remind me the forecast for this afternoon in the Halifax area.
Today's supposed to be sunny as that cloud coverage and fog burns off, so can't complain.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Lots of people there. We'll all keep each other warm.
Exactly. Right? Cozy up.
Exactly. All right. Wonderful stuff. It is now 7:55. Time for a break. We'll be back with the 8 o'clock hour. Please stay with us.
Friday, June 12th, today on Your Morning Atlantic. The McKay Bridge will be closed for maintenance work this weekend. We'll have the details on when it starts and when it will be over in your news headlines.
And it's Food Truck Friday. Today we're welcoming the folks from Jam Downs, and we can't wait to get a taste of their Jamaican cuisine. That's a little later in this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, it's Friday. The weather has been gorgeous, nice and sunny, inching closer to summer vacation for so many students.
Wow, yeah.
Graduation season. It is a really exciting time right around the region. And the FIFA World Cup, of course, underway now.
Yeah. Ooh, busy, busy, busy time.
Indeed.
Busy. Shout out to our colleagues on CTV News at 6 and Todd Battis last night because they were live from the Garrison grounds where they have that big party happening for FIFA Fever. And you were mentioning, Crystal, you'll be heading down there at some
later
point.
Today.
Later today.
Watching the game, watching the fun. It's fun to, these big events that bring people together, it's fun to be with people.
Absolutely.
Good energy.
Great energy, yeah. Looking forward to it. Weather will play into it. I put you on the spot. You said it's going to be sunny. I'll hold you to it.
Oh, goodness.
Because it's foggy now.
Well, look at it right now. Not so sunny.
It's burning off, though. You see that white boat. It's like the sun saying, hello, I'm trying to get out.
Absolutely. I had visibility issues early this morning coming in. We are going to see that fog burn off, as Crystal mentioned. Clouds will clear out. We will be seeing some sunshine return for parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador also going to see sunshine this afternoon. And temperatures are quite warm to start. 20 degrees in Fredericton, 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 15 in Halifax, with 14 degrees in Yarmouth, 10 starting off today in Labrador City, and 4 degrees in St. John. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory currently issued for much of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We are seeing some shower activity track across New Brunswick early this morning, parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing a low chance of showers return for parts of the Maritime region, but Newfoundland Labrador are actually going to see lots of sunshine, and parts of the Maritime region will also see some sunshine into the afternoon as well. In terms of our wind forecast, it is quite light today. As of right now, though, 31 kilometers per hour in North Cape. We're looking at 17 in Miramichi, Edmundston, and Charlottetown, 19 in Sydney. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. Happening now, firefighters in Halifax are responding to a blaze in the city's north end. We're going to take a live shot now from the scene. This fire is on the corner of Charles Street and Windsor Street. Panning over to a look at the damage, here is the look at the back of the building. This is where the majority of the damage is. As you can see, there appears to be extensive damage to the back of this building, on the deck, on the siding. From what we can see, it appears to be a building that contains multiple apartment units. There is no word on how the fire started. About 30 minutes ago, we could see heavy smoke coming from the back of the building, but it appears firefighters have the situation under control and are extinguishing hot spots. There's no word if anyone was home at the time or if there are any reported injuries. CTV News has reached out to Halifax Fire and Emergency for more information. We'll continue to follow this developing story throughout the morning. Also in Halifax, this is important for commuters. One of the bridges will be closed this weekend. The closure of the McKay will begin tonight at 9 p.m. and it will run until 5:30 Monday morning. Halifax Harbour Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers are being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers during the closure. The McDonald Bridge will remain open. New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt's approval rating has plummeted to below the halfway point in a new Angus Reid poll. At 41%, it marks the lowest approval rating Holt's ever had in the quarterly survey. And it's also the highest disapproval rating she's had at 49%. Angus Reid Institute's online survey of 1,800 people was conducted from May 7th to the 11th. NB Power executives face tough questions during a 3-hour legislative committee in Fredericton on Thursday. MLAs from around the province wanted to know more about an Auditor General's report that was critical of a proposed gas plant in the Sackville area. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
NB Power CEO Lori Clark started the day by explaining the need for a gas-powered plant in the Sackville area. Clark says the public utility is facing a clear risk to the system reliability without it.
And it's hard to understand what could have been or what we prevented, like avoiding rolling blackouts in 2028.
While some accept the plant may be needed, many are upset with how it was approved. Last month, the New Brunswick Energy and Utilities Board approved NB Power's proposal. But the Auditor General was critical, saying the utility made poor choices and sped through the process.
This really concerns me, not because I don't think you're doing a good job at the details of the work, but you're losing public confidence.
The proposed 500-megawatt natural gas plant to be built by an American company was first announced last July. The price tag is now close to $3 billion. The MLA for the area strongly opposes the project.
You do not have social license to build this in my community. You do not. And I think that should be worth something.
Afterwards, Mitten says she wasn't satisfied at all.
In some cases, didn't really get answers. And I think in no way have they gained the trust of New Brunswickers.
Clark acknowledged NB Power could have done things differently.
I do think there are opportunities for us to improve documentation, improve what we as energy experts know and have that documented. But I think what I heard today was there was very little resistance to the overall decision that was made.
The province is conducting an environmental assessment on the area before the project can go ahead. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Unionized long-term care workers in Nova Scotia have taken a big step toward ending a lengthy labor dispute. CUPE says workers at St. Vincent's Nursing Home in Halifax voted late Wednesday to ratify a tentative contract that was reached on Sunday. The ratification is significant because those members were part of what the union describes as a lead table, which means they were responsible for setting the economic pattern for the entire sector. 3,600 workers spent 8 weeks on the picket lines. Finally, prices at the pumps. You will be paying less for gas and diesel as prices fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. Starting with Nova Scotia, gas fell by 3.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.69.8. Diesel dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price $2.02.2 a liter. In PEI, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.85.6. And diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price now $2.18.4. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.76.5. And diesel fell by 4 cents. The maximum price $2.17.3 a liter.
There will be a test after. We're going to ask you
we're going to
exactly
actually
the prices.
how much it went down by.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 3 and 4.
Well, they all went down. That's the big trend.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
This is a wacky story. I thought you ladies would appreciate it. It's almost unbelievable that a man is harvesting honey from bees who live in a sewer. Now, this is not in our region, but for about 7 weeks, a beekeeper in South Philly worked to coax a large beehive out of a sewer and into a safer location. And it was a painstaking process. They had to build a trap to attract the worker bees, and he lured them into a nearby hive. The neighbors began to gather to watch the process, which many say actually brought the community closer together. So they haven't yet been able to serve up their first taste of sewer honey. That'll be available soon. But a local says that the hive has been moved, and he'll be happy to get his parking spot back.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
But
interesting.
Right in the city.
How did this happen?
They built it. It's safe under there, so they built it in the sewer. Wow. But of course, that's not safe for the community.
No.
It's not ideal, so they moved it.
The bees just want to be part of urban renewal.
Apparently,
exactly.
Yeah.
They said, leave us alone. It's quiet and dark down here. But
right.
Anyway, we didn't listen. All right, 2026 FIFA World Cup begins. It's already beginning. The big game on home soil today.
Yeah.
Later on. But if you want to watch the action on the TV or on your device, CTV, TSN, and Crave, that is your home for coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. So during FIFA World Cup 2026, some of our shows are going to be impacted. The CTV News at 5, CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV2 on certain days. You can use that QR code link or go to our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. You can get a full list of all of the dates and changes.
Thanks for that, Crystal. Okay, don't go anywhere because it is Food Truck Friday. We can't wait for that. But before that, it is a look at your Monday forecast, and I'll have your national news headlines. We're going to take a live look at northern New Brunswick this morning.
Wow.
Look at the greenery in Edmundston.
It's lush.
Wow, it's looking good there. The forecast is up next with Atavia, and a look ahead to what we can expect for the weekend.
Happy Friday. The time now is 8:11. We're holding on to beautiful sunshine over in Peggy's Cove. As of right now, it is 15 degrees starting off your day, and sunshine will be sticking around into the afternoon. Weather's brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Pretty warm to start your day off, especially within the Maritime region. 19 degrees right now in Fredericton, 16 in Halifax, 9 degrees over in Sydney, with 10 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 11 now in Labrador City, and 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory currently issued for much of Newfoundland overnight tonight until early Saturday. As we see temperatures cool down in the overnight hours, frost is expected to develop. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of shower activity to start your day for parts of New Brunswick, as well as into parts of Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine for much of Labrador as clouds clear out this afternoon. Newfoundland and Labrador will be seeing lots of sunshine sticking around. Into the Maritime region, though, we do have a low chance of showers into this afternoon for parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia. Other than that, though, cloud coverage and fog starts to burn off and break down. We are going to see sunshine return to the Maritime region. Showers will continue for much of New Brunswick into the overnight hours. A low chance of showers for all 3 maritime provinces, while Newfoundland and Labrador will still see pretty clear skies into tonight. Temperatures are going to cool down, taking us into Saturday. We do have a cold front moving in, helping to cool those temperatures down, but wet weather will be sticking around. As you can see here for our rainfall outlook, heaviest totals into western New Brunswick, 30 to 40 millimeters for St. Stephen, 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Prince Edward Island. Newfoundland, Labrador not really seeing accumulation from this system. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs are cooling back down. 11 to 22 degrees is your daytime high in St. John, New Brunswick and Woodstock. We do have a chance of showers this afternoon. A risk of thunderstorms as well, and pretty light wind remaining across the province today. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 11 to 16, mainly cloudy skies, some sunny breaks into the afternoon. Isolated showers return into the evening. It will be a bit breezy today, though, out of the northeast, 20 gusting to 40. For Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 12 to 27 degrees for Truro. We do have a mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of some isolated showers this afternoon for eastern Nova Scotia. Other than that, for this part of the province, seeing isolated showers into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, but we are going to see sunshine remain throughout your day today as clouds clear out into later this morning. Evening showers expected with daytime highs ranging from 21 to 26 being the warmest into Middleton. For Labrador City, 16 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. Showers will move in this evening with 7 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of showers and or drizzle early in the morning will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Toronto and Vancouver say they're ready to host their respective World Cup games, and fans are certainly ready. CTV's Heather Wright has more from the action.
A mariachi band opened the festivities at Toronto's Fan Fest as Mexican fans gathered to cheer on their country as the World Cup officially got underway this afternoon.
I mean, you ask all these people around here, they're from all over the country, all over the world, to come and watch a match, so it's exciting.
Toronto will host 6 matches over the next 3 weeks, while 7 will take place in Vancouver. Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow says the city is ready.
Thousands of people working together. We are so ready. The world has arrived to the city of Toronto.
We're about 800 meters from Toronto Stadium, where the 6 matches in Toronto will be played near the Fan Fest. And this gives you a sense of some of the preparations that are in place as Toronto gets ready to host its first match of the World Cup. Police presence, there are vehicle barricades here, a number of road closures, and city officials are asking people who are coming downtown to park their cars and take transit.
After arriving in Toronto earlier this week, Team Canada has been training, getting ready for tomorrow's opening match. Injuries have hung over this team, and today coach Jesse March says everyone will be available tomorrow with the exception of Alphonso Davies, and they are ready to go.
We just want to put our best performances together, stay calm, show our quality, our character, show our togetherness. Like in the toughest moments, we want to be at our best. That's our goals.
And the team hoping for some home field advantage, with many playing in a stadium they've spent a lot of time in.
We know that tunnel, we know that the pitch, we know the stadium, we know the fans.
So a total of 2 matches today in Mexico, with things kicking off here in Canada tomorrow. Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. That match goes at 3 p.m. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
And there's lots of action in downtown Halifax right now, thanks to the World Cup. Fan Fest is underway at the Garrison Grounds, and not far away, bars and restaurants are hoping to cash in on the 5-week tourney. Here is CTV's Jonathan McGuinness.
7 TVs across both sites total. John Whitten hopes those 7 TVs going up at the beer garden on the Halifax waterfront will be enough to accommodate the hundreds of World Cup fans expected to show up over the next 5 weeks. We're expecting good vibes and good crowds down here. We're definitely expecting there will be a capacity for most games, around about 400 plus people. Whitten says they don't take reservations, so it's best to show up well before the games.
Yeah, the whole city's buzzing.
Up the street at Niche Lounge, manager George Eleftheros says a lot of planning has gone into preparing for the World Cup. Given this is the first time Canada has hosted the event, he's expecting it to be wild.
It'll be very exciting, loud, boisterous, people cheering. Yeah, tomorrow's full. That was booked 2 weeks ago.
I went and got a banner with all 48 flags from every country that's represented in the World Cup this year.
Not all the cheering will be coming from the land.
It's going to be exciting. Both of my boats are ready to go. We're ready to welcome the world, and go Canada, go.
But how far will the co-hosts advance in the tournament? These fans from Germany are naturally supporting their home country, but feel Canada can make it to the quarterfinals. And then
it's out for Canada.
For many Canadian fans, that would be a win. And this is the type of vibe and excitement that can be expected throughout Halifax up until the World Cup wraps up July 19th. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Some great weather there. Thanks, Jonathan. And coming up, we're going to go outside. It is Food Truck Friday on Your Morning Atlantic. We will get a taste of Jamaica. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100.
Welcome back. Food Truck Friday is back thanks to our partners at the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association. Today it's all about Jam Downs, and I'm joined by Rowan and Tyron Patton. And Jam Downs is just growing so much. Rowan, great to see you again.
Hi, nice to meet you again.
Yeah.
And, good to be here. It's great.
Yeah, so you've rolled in Jam Downs and you've brought your oldest son, Tyron. This is truly a family business. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's we came up here. My mom was here first, and then I came up here when I got sick, and she got me back to health in Nova Scotia, and then my son came up. We went through a lot.
Yeah.
But being here is a rest from the chaos.
For
sort
sure.
of deal. And I got my kidneys this year, so I'm getting a lot stronger than I was, and things are a lot easier.
Well, Rowan, it's so good to hear. Tyron, I know you've got to be hard at work, but for you, what would you find is the most rewarding part of working in this, I'm sure, very difficult family business?
Honestly, seeing all the look on people's faces and having them just scarf the food down and just love it so much. I'm just like, and they try to be a little sneaky about it because they're like, ooh, and then woo.
Oh, yeah.
I just love the reactions.
Well, Tyron, you're going to go inside the truck and actually create some creations for us. Cannot wait to see what you cook up. So, Rowan, I want first to ask you, you're a member of the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association. Why do you like being a member?
Oh, Terry and everybody, they really help you get jobs. It's a good environment to have. I remember I was very impressed the first time I joined the Food Truck Association, and somebody that wasn't it was at my spot.
Yeah.
And right away he came and said, why are you doing that? And they stuck up for you, and they want everybody to make money together and not to step on people and enjoy no competition. It can be more trucks, more people,
For sure.
It's a different attitude. Like I hate competition. Like I'm above that.
Sure.
So I like to help people. I don't want to step on anybody, right?
Well, you've certainly found the recipe for success, Rowan, because Jam Downs is just everywhere. Let's talk about your Jamaican patties.
Jamaican patties. Yes, they're flying like crazy off the shelves. And there's no egg or we have a vegan. There's no butter. So and there's lots of turmeric and proteins, and it's going off the shelves in Superstore at the moment. And we're going to be in Fredericton on June 19th and 20th for a big event. There's going to be a bunch of manufacturers there giving out samples, and there's going to be a barbecue there. Sydney River, I'm going to be probably down there selling some samples.
Amazing. Well, I want to get Tyron. How's the food come along? Is there anything you can show us? All right, bring it on out. Well, that's so exciting, that this business. I know that it's a family business. Everybody's working hard making the patties. What do we have? Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, this looks good.
I got some Canadian stuff because I want to emphasize that I'm Jamaican Canadian, not just Jamaican.
Yeah.
And I have other foods like Canadian pulled pork, and
delish.
Yes, and we have. I like to make all kinds of foods that I like growing up. So
these sweet potato fries are great.
Yes.
All right, that's
like
wonderful.
Beef, healthier fast food.
This is great, though. Just like solid, good
but
food.
I can't get cheesy if you really want to.
Tyron, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. Okay, what do we have here?
I got, this is a hit. It's actually a jerk chicken Caesar wrap.
Oh.
Yeah, and it has bacon, it has best dressing.
Jerk chicken is delicious. What do you have? Obviously, you're not going to tell us, but is there a special jam down secret spice for your particular jerk?
Yeah. Lots of love.
Oh,
That's not much of a secret, but not anybody could love as much, eh?
This is wonderful. Well, I know that you, one more thing. Oh, one more thing.
It's leaking out. This is an Italian dish.
Yeah.
I made it up because I'm not a fan of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But I love lasagna.
Oh my gosh, lasagna mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this might be just the best thing.
Yeah, it's called Maczonia.
Maczonia. Rowan, Tyron, fantastic. You can find Jam Downs at Grafton Street, plus all kinds of other places. We'll put a link to your website, okay, Rowan?
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Control Room, you're in for a treat. The food is heaven.
All right, we're going to take a look at our 3-day forecast. 25 degrees today in New Brunswick. Isolated showers and risk of thunderstorms today. 21 on Saturday, seeing showers clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 24 on Sunday. Much of the same, starting off the day with sunshine, isolated showers for parts of the province into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 27 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers. 14 degrees on Saturday, showers will clear, leaving some sunshine for parts of the province. 21 degrees on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud returns. Prince Edward Island, 17 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies with evening showers. Cooling down to 11 on Saturday. Showers continue across the island. 21 on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. Time now, 8:27.
Still ahead this morning, gifts for Dad. Yeah, you can get him another tie, but how about something handmade and heartfelt instead? We'll have those ideas courtesy of our next guest just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:30. It's a Friday.
Yes, it is.
It's Food Truck Friday.
I know. I need to go out there.
You really do. Show it to Rowan and Tyron of Jam Downs. I scarfed down half a
I know.
chicken
I was
wrap.
like, I need to get food.
Oh, so good. Food's delish. Made with love. Great Jamaican, Canadian fusion.
I know, the mac and cheese. I want to try that. You should see Crystal scarfing down the wrap. She goes, this is good.
But yeah. No, it was really good. That lasagna / mac and cheese.
It looked so
Why
yummy.
hasn't nobody thought of that before? Genius.
Right?
Yeah, delish.
Some of that.
For sure. Great day to head out to a food truck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's still going to be quite nice. We are seeing temperatures start to moderate and come down.
All right.
A cold front will be moving in, cooling things down into the weekend, but today is looking quite nice. Already seeing some warm temperatures starting off the day for the Maritimes. Here's a live look at McAdam. A bit cloudy to start, but quite beautiful outside. As of right now, it is 14 degrees in your area. Many warm temperatures across Atlantic Canada to start your day. A bit cooler, though, for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, but still going to hold on to sunshine into the afternoon. 18 degrees right now in Fredericton, with 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 16 in Halifax, 4 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. A frost advisory is in effect across much of Newfoundland for overnight tonight until early Saturday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We've had a bit of fog early this morning. Cloud coverage for much of the region. Fog will burn off. Clouds will clear out. Lots of sunshine will remain in the forecast, but we do have some shower activity as well. Starting off your day, showers for parts of Newfoundland, parts of New Brunswick, and then into the afternoon, a low chance of showers returning for parts of the Maritime region. In terms of the wind forecast, going to remain quite light for much of the Maritime region. 33 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 22 in Moncton, 20 in Fredericton and Sydney. Wind gusts getting up to 30 kilometers per hour in Fredericton and 28 in Miramichi. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. We continue to follow a developing story regarding a fire in Halifax's north end this morning. Let's take a live shot from the scene. This is a look at the back of the building. It is a building on the corner of Charles Street near Windsor Street. That call came in at 7 a.m. As you just saw, you could see that there was no longer any smoke. Just 30 minutes ago, we saw firefighters hosing down the back of the building. There appears to be extensive damage to the back of this building when it comes to the deck and the siding. It appears to be a building that was converted into apartment units. Firefighters no longer at the back of the building on scene, but again, appears to be damaged there. CTV News has reached out to Halifax Fire for more information on the fire itself. At this time, there is no report on any injuries, but it looks like that fire extinguished over the past hour. Also news happening now, there is a large power outage in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Here's a look at the outage map from Nova Scotia Power's website. It is impacting nearly 9,000 customers. The utility says the cause behind the outage is wildlife interference. The current restoration estimation time is 11:30 a.m. An important note for commuters in Halifax. One of the bridges will be closed this weekend. The closure of the McKay will start tonight at 9 p.m. and it will run until 5:30 a.m. Monday. Halifax Harbour Bridges says this is for maintenance and inspections. Drivers are being warned to expect delays. Ferry service will be free for all passengers during the closure. Meantime, the McDonald Bridge will remain open. The company operating ferries between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia says a federal board is determining whether the service is essential. A Marine Atlantic spokesperson says the company is currently participating in the process with the Canadian Industrial Relations Board. That board will decide whether the ferry service could be reduced in the event of a strike or lockout. Marine Atlantic workers, represented by Unifor, have been trying to negotiate new contracts with the company, and the union says conciliation efforts broke down last month. Marine Atlantic says there can be no strike or lockout until the federal board makes a ruling, and updates are expected later this month. Town officials in Bridgewater say the scene of that massive fatal fire Wednesday has now been turned over to property representatives. The massive fire broke out in an older apartment building and then quickly spread to an adjacent structure. Fire crews were first under the impression everyone had gotten out safely, but that proved not to be the case, and human remains were recovered from the basement later that night.
Talked to friends of the person who was unaccounted for. Just seeing the pain on their face, not knowing, a lot of not knowing.
Building was fully engulfed. Windows were exploding when we arrived.
The flames just kept getting bigger and spreading out. The siding on the walls was melting and dropping.
Officials say the medical examiner is working to confirm the identity of the victim, and the cause is still under investigation. The road in front of the properties is expected to reopen this morning. New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt's approval rating has plummeted to below the halfway point in a new Angus Reid poll. At 41%, it marks the lowest approval rating Holt's ever had in the quarterly survey. And it's also the highest disapproval rating she's had at 49%. Angus Reid Institute's online survey of 1,800 people was conducted from May 7th to the 11th. Now to prices at the pumps. Price of gas and diesel fell overnight for all three maritime provinces. Here's a look at the numbers. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 3.3 cents. The minimum price, $1.69.8. Diesel dropped by 3.8 cents. The minimum price, $2.02.2 a litre. In PEI, gas fell by 3.5 cents. The minimum price, $1.85.6. Diesel dropped by 3.4 cents. The minimum price, $2.18.4. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 3.6 cents. The maximum price, $1.76.5. And diesel fell by 4 cents a litre. The maximum price now $2.17.3. The 2026 World Cup is officially underway after it kicked off in Mexico City. And they're off. The flags of the 48 teams competing in the tournament were also on display before legendary Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli took to the stage alongside EJ from K-pop Demon Hunters. Mexico scored once in the first half and again in the second half to win their opening game against South Africa in Group A, 2-0. And Canada going to be hitting the pitch too later on today. Very exciting.
Very exciting times.
Nova Scotia's Jacob Schaffelberg, of course, playing for the red and white. Really exciting time.
When Maritime has hit the road this summer, their first stop should be Needs Fast Fuel to help fuel your adventures. The East Coast Comic Expo returns to Moncton from today until Saturday, June 13th. Enjoy a locally organized, family-friendly event. We'll be celebrating Canadian comic creators and the impact on today's popular culture. Head to their website for more. The retro funk band, The Swoosh, will take the stage at the Trailside Music Hall tonight. You can come out and enjoy the timeless sounds of Prince, Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder, and so much more. For tickets, head over to their website. And Special Olympics Nova Scotia wants you to get ready for Glitz, Giggles, and Grooves Night in Elmsdale, Saturday, June 13th at 7 p.m. The event will be hosted at the Elmsdale Legion. There will be live entertainment, food, a live auction, a 50-50, and so much more. To purchase tickets, head over to their Eventbrite page. And all money raised helps to support teams to head to the provincial games.
Explore the Maritimes this summer. Brought to you by Needs and Fast Fuel. There for all your on-the-go snacking needs.
In partnership with Needs, Convenience, and Fast Fuel, wants to help you fuel up for fun. With more than 140 stores and gas bars throughout Atlantic Canada, Needs is your headquarters for coffee, slushies, snacks, meals on the move, and car washes, and of course, fuel. One lucky viewer will win a $200 gift card to be used at any Needs or Fast Fuel location. Adventure awaits, so don't miss out on your chance to fuel up for fun. To enter, head over to ctvatlantic.ca. We're wishing you good luck.
All right, another break still ahead. One last look at the Friday forecast with Latavia. Then it's gifts for dear old dad. Don't forget, that's coming up next weekend. Father's Day will be here before you know it. We don't want you caught off guard. Our partner and DIY contributor Janice Weil will join us with great, heartfelt, handmade gift ideas. Please stay with us.
A beautiful sunny start to the day over in Parsboro. Welcome back and happy Friday. The time now is 8:43, currently 14 degrees in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Not too bad starting off the day within the Maritime region, quite warm. It is 18 degrees right now over in Fredericton, 11 in Charlottetown, 16 degrees in Halifax, 15 in Yarmouth. Over in Labrador City, it is 11 degrees and 4 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a frost advisory in effect for overnight tonight until early Saturday for parts of Newfoundland, expecting frost to develop. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. So we are seeing a bit of a cloudy, foggy start to the day for much of Atlantic Canada. A bit of shower activity early this morning for parts of Newfoundland into parts of New Brunswick. Into the afternoon, fog burns off, clouds clear out, leaving some sunshine across Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing sunshine into the afternoon as well. We do have a low chance of showers for parts of the Maritime region, around a 30% chance of it happening into the afternoon hours, but we are going to see some steady shower activity, specifically into the western region of New Brunswick. That will be at its heaviest. Into the overnight hours, increasing cloudiness is expected. A bit of shower activity is expected into the overnight hours as well, around a 30% chance of it happening, and then showers will begin the day early Saturday morning. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, the heaviest being 30 to 40 millimeters into St. Stephen, 5 to 10 for Prince Edward Island, and not really seeing much accumulation from this system for Newfoundland and Labrador. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, we are going to see sunshine starting off the day. Also going to see a chance of showers into the afternoon for parts of the province, a risk of thunderstorms. That will continue into the evening with highs between 11 to 22 degrees. For Prince Edward Island, mainly cloudy skies today, some sunny breaks into the afternoon. Isolated showers return into the evening with highs between 11 to 16 degrees. Wind will pick up out of the northeast, 20 gusting to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see a mix of sun and cloud today with highs between 12 to 27 being the warmest in Detroit. Into eastern Nova Scotia this afternoon, a chance of isolated showers. For the rest of this part of the province, into the evening, we'll start to see showers move in. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 21 to 26 degrees, being the warmest into Middleton. A mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers into the evening. And for Labrador City, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. Showers arrive into the evening with a high of 16 degrees, 7 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle and or showers early on, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Saturday's forecast, we do have a cold front moving in, so colder air will move in, helping to cool things down. Below seasonal daytime highs for much of the Maritimes. We are going to see a wet day ahead on Saturday, and then Newfoundland, Labrador going to see that system make its way over, bringing showers into Saturday night. For the Maritime region, start to see the system break down into Sunday's forecast, starting to see a bit of sunshine into the afternoon as cloud coverage begins to break down. We're still holding on to a low chance of showers, Crystal.
Thank you so much, Natavia. It's 8:46. Now, Father's Day is fast approaching. It's next Sunday, and there are probably a lot of us who are still stumped when it comes to gift ideas. So before you grab a typical tie or a pair of socks, our partner and DIY contributor Denise Wild is here with some heartfelt gift ideas that Dad will really love. Hi, Denise.
Hi, socks and ties. They're just such an easy go-to, right?
They really are, and certainly socks are appreciated. But I'm not saying don't get those things, but maybe we can take things up a notch with your suggestions. Where do you want to begin, Denise?
I have a few other ideas. Let's start with this adventure jar for Dad. So this is kind of like a coupon book, but better. You're going to take popsicle sticks and write some Daddy and Me adventures on each popsicle stick with a marker. Then you can put them into a jar with a nice little bow and a nice little tag. It just makes a really fun surprise. It's great to give. This is a craft that the kids will enjoy being a part of and hands-on with. And then Dad can reach in and pull out a little activity. Maybe it's build a fort, race, have a paper airplane contest, race around the block, do a picnic in the backyard. So just any sort of little adventure you want to have with Dad, you put it into this adventure jar, and this is a great gift for Father's Day.
It definitely is, and for younger kids, a great opportunity for them to practice their printing and such. Like it's a win-win. Okay.
Yes.
A lot of dads love to grill when they'll be spending time outside, but bugs can be an issue. I understand you've got a suggestion to solve that problem.
Absolutely. This is a great gift to make the outdoors even more enjoyable. This is the Thermacell rechargeable mosquito repeller. It creates a 20-foot scent-free zone of defense around you. It's rechargeable, like I said. It's pet-friendly. It's scientifically proven. And on one charge, it can last up to 9 hours. They have a value pack right now with 80 hours worth of refills, and it's on sale at Costco right now. So this is just a great gift for, to let Dad enjoy the patio, the cottage, the backyard, and the whole family can enjoy too. This is the value pack right now.
That's fantastic. Actually, my neighbors do have that. I can tell you it works. It does
work.
Great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's scent-free, so you don't have to worry about anything stinky.
Fantastic, and what a great idea. And a lot of dads love gadgets too. Just chef's kiss.
Yes, right.
All right, speaking of awards, I think you're going to end with a wonderful award for your favorite guy.
Absolutely. Let's do a handmade trophy. This I've done using cups, just paper cups. I wrap them in paper. You could also spray paint them or hand paint. So this is another craft that the kids will love doing. And it's just a little way to show Dad he's #1. I put some sticker letters on it that say Best Dad, cut out little handles, glue the cups together once they're yellow. And then you have a really fun trophy for Dad. Again, it's a nice craft for kids and something that Dad can keep on his desk or, look at, put pens in, whatever he wants to do with it.
Beautiful. I love that idea. All right. Certainly no gift is complete without a heartfelt card. Tell us about that, Denise.
Yes, of course. Let's do a little handmade card for Dad. This I used construction paper for, and this is a heart that is also a bow tie. So open it up, write the little message inside. But it just looks really nice. It's fun to make. So you're going to start off by cutting a heart on a fold so that it will open up. And then you cut out all your little shirt pieces, the bow tie pieces. And you can do as much or as little as you need, as prep as you need to, depending on the age of your kids. But another fun craft that they'll love doing. And then, this can go on the fridge, and then it can go in a memory box for Dad. Write down all the little things you love about him inside.
It's wonderful. I love that. Well, I know that Father's Day is going to be a special occasion in your home. I won't ask you what you got as a gift because we don't want to ruin the surprise. But Denise,
I tie in socks.
Yeah. And a fantastic card, and definitely all the other stuff you've got. And a Thermacell. We love it. Okay, Denise, happy Father's Day to your family, and thanks for these great suggestions.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
All right, we're going to take a little break. We are going to be back to wrap up the show right after this. Hope you can stick around.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. This is the last few moments of the show for the last day of the week for us. Want to share the answers to the Move Morning Chat because we were talking about those movies that you just love, that you go back to over and over and over again. You guys have some fun choices. Let's start with this one. We actually had a few people mention this one. Natasha says, a movie I can watch over and over again and have is Dirty Dancing. I've watched this at least 30 times since it's released.
It's a great one.
Still haven't seen it. Sherry from Dartmouth. Mrs. Doubtfire, in my humble opinion, it is Robin Williams at his all-time funniest.
I love this movie. I'm going to rewatch this one.
Hello.
It's a great one.
So funny. Trina says, my go-to all-time favorite is So I Married an Axe Murderer. It's a Mike Myers cult classic from '93. So many funny scenes and great actors.
I haven't seen this one.
Okay, you'll love it. It's very funny.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's despite that its title, it's not really gory or anything. It's just funny.
So which
Comedy.
Mike Myers? Because there's Michael Myers and Mike Myers. Which one's the funny Canadian actor?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, this is you know that get in my belly. That originated in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yes, I know him, but there's a scary.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
see? There we go.
Unrelated. They're unrelated.
It's like he's not real.
Okay, Rebecca says, best movie, Legends of the Fall.
Haven't seen this one.
Oh, yeah. It's Nicole Kidman, Brad Pitt, a lot of horses. I think you guys would like it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
This is classic, too. Wanda says Forrest Gump never gets old.
Very true.
So true. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Nicole says Mean Girls. I've seen it so many times. What a classic.
You don't even go here.
Don't even go here.
It is great. It's so smart. So well done.
Still stands up. I mean, it was only released a few years ago.
Right?
Sharon, Gladiator, the first one. My husband and I had the same favorite. Good thing. I always try to picture a different ending, though.
I have not seen Gladiator.
Oh, it is good. Are you not entertained? It is good. Russell Crowe, peak.
Classic.
All right, Donna, The Shawshank Redemption, best movie ever.
Donna,
Never seen it.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You mentioned that.
This is the best movie ever.
Yeah,
You do
I
have to see it.
Oh my gosh, it's good.
Add it to the list.
Mark says, oh my God, I have so many. Braveheart and Young Blood, to name a few.
Okay.
Classics,
Nice
yes.
I haven't seen either of those either.
Brent says Die Hard, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Dumb and Dumber, John Wick, and Star Wars. You got a bit of
those are
everything
good
in
ones.
there.
Yeah, a lot of variety there for sure.
Chris says I would choose the movie Air, released in 2023 about Michael Jordan.
Oh, a biopic.
Yeah,
Nice
I've
choice.
seen that one.
I haven't heard any of those yet. That's a great choice.
Yeah, I love that. Pat Timberly, love Miss Congeniality. It's hilarious, such a great classic, especially Sandra Bullock.
You're one in a million. You're one in a million. This,
Once in a lifetime.
I love this movie too.
And then LJ, Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze and Over.
Thank you,
Scenes are
LJ.
the
You're
best.
right. Dirty Dancing is a great movie.
It
Love
is.
I wouldn't know.
I know.
You have to see it. You
Yeah,
love it.
I'm too busy watching Jurassic Park again and again.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my goodness, how did I not mention that? I should have known.
Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings, bring it on.
Look at these shots taken this week. We are so lucky to live in such a beautiful place.
We are.
Lupin season 2, hurrah!
Hurrah, hurrah, the Lupins are here to say hi to you.
Oh my goodness. We have so appreciated you joining us this week, and guess what? We get to start it all over again on Monday at 6 a.m. We hope you're able to join us. We'll be talking about our next big Kent prize reveal.
Ooh, plus Brienne Foley is going to be live from the Halifax Common Pool. It's going to be opening up, which is super exciting.
And we'll chat with the folks at the City of Fredericton, talk about all the fun stuff they have on the go.
Absolutely. And Charlotte Sigmund will return, and we'll have your latest forecast, news, and so much more.
Bye.